Hello and welcome to this very special broadcast where we bring you an exclusive up-close conversation with a brand new entrant to the ever-expanding India GCC market. Well, the company I'm talking about today may not yet be a household name in India, but its parent, I bet you are all you've not just heard about the company but also dreamt of owning one of their beautiful cars someday. No points in guessing, the German dream machine Porsche's subsidiary MHP is coming to India. And if you're living in Bengaluru, perhaps it's time for you to update your CV. So let's get started with this very special discussion. I'm privileged to be joined in our News 9 studios today by Mr. Marc Zimmermann, the CFO of MHP. We also have with us Mr. Henning Schulze. Mr. Henning Schulze is the international and global outsourcing lead at MHP. And of course, we've got the India subsidiary CEO, Mr. Bernd Hörmann. Gentlemen, good morning. Many thanks for joining us here on News 9. And of course, exciting news coming in. You're coming to India. You're coming to India with a GCC. But Marc, if I can begin by asking you, demystify for us, what exactly is MHP?
MHP is a leading consulting company in Germany with a focus on automotive, obviously with a parent company like Porsche. We're the experts in automotive, in manufacturing. We were established in Germany about 29 years ago, and we want to go global. And that's why we're here. We want to scale, and we're looking to follow our customers international.
All right, Mr. Henning, I can't help but ask you, you're leading the global outsourcing business, you're leading the international markets for MHP. Mr. Marc Zimmermann is saying that you are expanding globally. India seems to be poised just in the perfect space right now to attract foreign capital. What brings you to India?
Well, we have a clear strategy for growth of 2030. We have some changes in the democracy and our core business in MHP. And so we have to grow internationally, and MHP in India will be a key of it. And so that's the story why we're here.
All right, that is why you're here. And while you're here, what are you going to be doing, Bernd? What exactly are the plans for MHP for India as you expand international operations? I believe you're right now settled in Romania, and in Romania there is a development center already up and running. As you come to India, what is the target for India?
Yeah, what we have done in the last 15 years in Romania, I think it's a logical step to do it as well in India. So we focus on at the moment at Bengaluru, because I think for us it's the perfect place as an entry into the Indian market, because Bengaluru has the tradition of IT, it has plenty of opportunities, and it's very easy reachable from Germany as well. From Bengaluru we can reach out to other cities in India.
All right, Marc, I want to come back to you. You said that it is an IT consulting company. MHP works obviously in the automotive and manufacturing arenas. Explain to us, what is the digital transformation that you've done for some of your clients?
The digital transformation starts in the production area, but also in the car IT area. We basically do also the backbone processes of the companies. We want to shape the digital future of our customers. So we really want to have an impact with our customers. I think companies these days will not have a future without digitalization.
Okay, give us some anecdotes if you can, perhaps, Mr. Schulze, because digital transformation, Industry 4.0, IT strategy, these are such wide, vast terms. Tell me about some of the big clients internationally, since you are leading the international market, some of the big clients that have been part of the MHP journey, and what exact transformation or strategic intervention have you done for them?
Yeah, well, we have about 300 customers. And these are the biggest customers are Porsche, Volkswagen brand, the manufacturer customers all over the world. Our customers are in Europe, Asia, and of course US. And we make a big S4HANA transformation for them, digital transformation, and we are here to bring them up to the future.
Okay, I want to come back to you, Bernd. Porsche, not just a brand, a household name, an aspirational brand in Germany, not just in Europe, not just in the West, but pretty much all over the world. And India, of course, Porsche happens to be a great aspirational brand. Is that going to be your key marketing initiative in India? Are you going to market MHP as a Porsche company and try and attract talent?
Yes, of course. MHP is a part of Porsche, and Porsche is our heritage as well. But beside of Porsche and beside of the cars, we are IT consulting, and we want to be, and we are different than most of the others. So we will set up our own brand with our own values, And this is what is so important for us to present our own company culture.
Okay, and when you go out looking for talent, and Bengaluru has a plethora of talent, good quality IT engineers, you are into IT consulting, digitization. Do you think you'll have to play the cost advantage of coming to India, or would you rather have excellent workers, the best available in the city of Bengaluru, poach them and give them the best salaries possible?
Okay, so after 30 years of GCC, how you mentioned it, it's I think we are in a now it's another time. So we are starting in India in a time where we focus on quality, where we focus on the IT market, and yeah, having the idea of offshore, I think this is an old style. We are not talking anymore about offshore. We think Bengaluru is the place of IT, India is the place of IT, and that's why we are coming. We want to have the right people, and I think all the future development, the next steps will happen in India, and that's why it's important for us to be as a part of it, of the IT market in India.
Okay. Mark, how important is India if you wear the cap of the financial officer, the chief financial officer that you are? What advantage do you see in India apart from just a simple cost arbitrage? I mean, I understand there is going to be a P&L, and in the P&L, and India GCC should tick all the right boxes from a finance perspective, but beyond just the cost arbitrage, what other advantages do you see being in India?
India is very important for us because it's all about talent these days, and it's about scalability. MHP did grow two-digit over the last 30 years. We were very successful growing in the German and the European American market. And it's really about talent. Talent is the bottleneck these days. And India for us means unlimited talent in the top IT topics. And we need scalability. We want to follow our German customers globally. And that needs resources, resources, resources. It's not only about the cost arbitrage these days, it's really about getting the best people and scalability.
Okay, scalability, getting the right people. Henning, artificial intelligence is something which is disrupting the IT story as we've known it for decades, right? And India's advantage really thus far has been in providing these back-end IT services to global clients. Now with MHP coming in at a time when artificial intelligence is disrupting the entire IT story as we know it, how bullish are you on India building its own AI models, building its own data centers, and how relevant is that skill set and that infrastructure going to be for MHP?
Yeah, that would be absolutely relevant. We come to India absolutely for the AI cases, for build up our AI experience. We also take a look at the SAP services, at the cloud services, of course. AI will be the main focus, cybersecurity will be the main focus, data analytics will be the main focus. So we are coming for AI, but all for the other things I mentioned out, and that will be the key for our business here, and that will help us grow internationally, and that will be the key for MHP. Okay. So we are very excited to do that.
All right. Bernd, are we going to be limited only to hiring IT engineers? Is it only going to be digital transformation being done out of the India GCC? Or is there scope for further expansion into, let's say, more knowledge-based sectors like legal assistance? Yeah. Or you know, innovation beyond IT, design, product thinking? Are we going to see those sort of innovations also happening from the India GCC?
Yeah, of course, our legacy is IT, and is but beside of IT is what we have set up in the last decade as well, are business services. Business services, yeah, can be accounting, from accounting to other support topics. So I think this is as well interesting. So of course, at the beginning we focus on the classical IT topics or on the new IT topics, but nevertheless, there is no limit, and I think the next step will be as well to deliver global business services in combination with Romania out of India.
All right, from Romania, now out of India. Excellent. Mark, let's come to the brass tacks. How soon, how close are you to identifying the location in Bangalore, understanding the number of people that would be filling up the India GCC that you're starting, and how soon can business actually get processed from the India office?
We are ready to start. We just visited the office this week in Bangalore. We're setting up office, we're setting up operations here in India. We're ready to start, we're ready to hire. And we plan to have at least 200-300 employees at the end of the year. We're looking for a partner in India. We found the right partner. That's not ready to be announced yet, but there is more to expect from us this year. We are going in India and we're doing it at Porsche speed.
So you said 2,300 employees in India? What was the
No,
number you
200 to 300
200 to 300.
at
Okay.
the end of the year,
Okay.
at the end of the decade, maybe 4,000, 5,000 employees in India.
At the end of the decade, 4,000, 5,000 employees. But is it going to be just one GCC in Bengaluru, or Henning, are we looking at multiple smaller GCCs coming up in other parts of the country
I
as well?
think it will be the same we have done in Romania. We started with one,
Okay.
now we are at 3, and I think that could also be the way in India. We will start at Bengaluru, and then we will see what happened. But I think it will not only be Bengaluru.
It will not only be
No.
Bengaluru. Well, of course, that is great news coming in. If not only Bengaluru, what are the other cities that you're looking at? Are these going to be tier 1 cities, or do you think there is scope to expand beyond tier 1 cities and go to tier 2 markets as well?
When we take a look what we are planning now, I think it will be tier 1 and more. Yeah,
All
so
right.
not only tier 1, but we will see what happens in the next months and years. But I think it's tier 1 and more.
Okay. So, Bernd, what is the kind of pressure that Marc is putting on you? Is this going to be a cost center where you're only servicing existing businesses, or is this going to be a profit center where the job of the 300 odd people that you would have under your command by end of the year are also there to get more euros for the company?
Yeah. Beside of the economical model, Marc has high expectations, and because we're working since a decade together as well in Romania, I quite know exactly the expectations. And our expectations are that our people in India, that their effort, their motivation will have an impact on our customers, on the company, on themselves, on the society. So what we want is much way beyond a GCC or just a captive idea. We want our people in India having impact directly at the customer. And this is a challenge, and this is why I took the opportunity and why I accepted the challenge.
All right. Marc, let's talk about the larger IT sector and the kind of innovations that we are seeing coming to the table. Of course, you have the likes of Elon Musk and Tesla, which are still betting on autonomous vehicles. In fact, even in China, some degree of testing of autonomous vehicles is happening already. Is that the kind of cutting edge work that the Indian engineers will be working on, for Porsche being the lead client for MHP? Or are there other trends in the emerging trends in the auto sector that you would really want to bet on?
I really think that the first focus at the moment is to become more competitive. There's lots of cost pressure in the automotive market, and we really want to use automation, cloudification, artificial intelligence to speed up business processes. So in the core, we are a business process IT company. We do some car IT, but car IT is a new developing sector for us. So we'll have to see what comes out of that. But I want to make one addition to what Bernd said. It's about, for us, global delivery is about global collaboration. Really, it's working together in MHP Group, and we will find a unique delivery model in MHP, and that's different from other companies.
Okay. And as part of your overall expansion of automotive process engineering, process redefinition, re-engineering, Henning, does it make sense, since you would now have a presence in India, and India itself is a large automobile market. In fact, India sold as many as 4 million cars in calendar year 2024 alone, and this number is actually growing year on year. So as part of your process automation, re-engineering, and really helping companies become more efficient in their deployment of IT, are you going to be talking to Indian automobile makers as well and try to onboard them and provide the same technological advantage to them as you do to Porsche? Or is that going to be a conflict of interest because you're a Porsche company?
So today we are not talking to them, but and we are talking to them for Porsche today, but let's see what happens. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay. Bernd, So what are some of the biggest challenges in your experience when you were working with the development center in Romania? What were some of the hurdles, some of the biggest challenges that you found from a process point of view? Not just at Porsche, but any company that was taking MHP's service as a consulting firm. What are some of the biggest challenges in the industry right now, which you believe can be fixed using the right technology and the right process that deploys that technology?
Yeah, I would say it's what happens in the last years, coming from captive centers, coming to technology, to technology lead. So what we have to manage is that our center in Romania and the center here in India, not just a captive center, we have to take topics where we take the lead, yeah? Where we take the lead and where we find the acceptance in our company, in our group, together with our customers to deliver the right services and at best quality.
All right. So I think this diversification beyond captive is a story that India excelled in about 25 years ago. When I was starting my career, I remember India was really emerging as the BPO center, the business process outsourcing center, and soon it graduated to a KPO, or a knowledge process outsourcing hub for the world. And before we knew it, there were companies that had their captives being established here in India. Now you're saying that you want to move beyond the captive and go back to a more generic, multiple clients to be serviced sort of a model. So Marc, do you think the world has pretty much come a full circle from outsourcing, onboarding clients, to knowledge work being done, to captives working only for the company, and now we are back to trying and building more and more clients for our portfolio?
The world has changed and is ever changing, and what is really something that we want to also change with our customers is the perception of doing business out of a global delivery. We're not talking about a resource in Germany, a resource in the US, a resource in India, or a resource in Romania. It's all MHP. It's one company, it's one culture. If you walk in an office in Bangalore, in Romania, in Germany, should be all the same, and it should be the same feeling for the customers. In Germany, English for some of the customers has been an issue, but that is starting to change, and that's also one reason why we're quite late in the Indian market, but now it's the right time. It's about, as I said, scalability, skills, and really defining global delivery in a different way.
Okay, so how important is the English language going to be when you employ Indians in the Bangalore GCC, Henning? Because India has the largest number of English-speaking people anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And English is again an area where we have a marked advantage over our rivals like China, for example. So India has a great number of not just IT professionals, but English-speaking IT professionals. Is that a sort of a competitive advantage that you think India has as compared to anywhere else in the world?
Absolutely. So it is absolutely important for us, and we are working with them also today. We are working in the US, so we are working in Germany, we are working in Romania, we are working in Mexico, and so the English language is absolutely important for us. And that has also changed since the last 25, 26 years with MHP, and now we work in English, and that's absolutely fine and brilliant because we can do it all over the world.
Okay, but with the coming of AI, and I'd circle back to AI, with the coming of AI, do you think the advantage that that countries have, not just in the language, but even core coding skills, for example, is AI going to disrupt all these advantages that countries like India enjoy? Because you really don't need to know a language in its entirety to be able to even draft a letter today, as long as you're able to put in one little query on a chat GPT, and there you have a perfect Shakespearean letter to send to somebody.
Yeah, I would say AI will bring some changes, and but first of all, AI won't work without India, so we need India for that. Secondly, people will do. We have to think about, or the market. What I see is reskilling the people. So people will be different. Will do different things. Coming out of the BPO in the 80s, 90s when they started, we're not talking about that much anymore. But people found another job. So people is now more in IT, and AI is a logical further development of technology. And people will do probably better paid jobs, better, higher sophisticated jobs.
All right. And staying with AI, Mark, I want to understand, we've seen the kind of AI disruption that came 2 years ago with ChatGPT. And just a month ago, we've seen another disruption coming from China. And this time, this is open source AI, which can so seamlessly be integrated at a fraction of the cost of the US-based models. Where is Germany, where is MHP poised when it comes to deployment of AI solutions? Are you looking at large data centers and large learning models which can be used for you to deliver services to your clients? Or is this going to be a more frugal, open source based AI deployment as and when you offer those services to your clients?
We build AI environments for our customers. We did that for Porsche, and we're currently talking to some other big clients to build their AI platforms on these technologies. And innovation has become so fast, and that's really also an accelerator for the consulting business. We are really in the right period because change means business for consulting. So it's a good period to be in consulting. And AI is also a topic within MHP, and also the processes, the business platform, the coding within MHP. We're seeing huge changes, we're seeing efficiency, but at the same time, we also see increasing customer demands. They don't only want one option now today for the customers, they want 10 because they can get 10 options at the same price they got one option in the past. So also the amount of work is really growing. And to your question, if AI is changing the world, and yes, it's changing, but at the end, it's the people behind the AI. But you still need people, you still need smart brains. And I think I met a lot of people in India. It's outstanding, the skill that I've seen over here.
Okay. I'm sure I agree with you when you say we need people behind the AI, but do we need as many people behind AI as we needed at a time when AI was not there? What I'm trying to come to is that with these 300 people coming to work for you in India, is this going to result with the deployment of AI anywhere else, in other development centers, either in Romania or the core work that you do in Stuttgart, Germany? Are we going to see AI eventually replace, if not replace completely, reduce the number of people required to do the same job?
I don't think so. It will reduce the number of people to do the same job, but at the same time, we're scaling at incredible speed. So we need more people, and Henning mentioned it, the demographics in Europe are not really in favor of growing. So we need technology to grow, we need India to grow, we need other markets to grow, and the demand with the possibilities, the demand in the market will grow. When internet hit 20 years ago, and you looked at all the strategic consulting firms like McKinsey, Boston Consulting, everybody, what's going to happen to these companies? They did further grow. They had huge research centers, and with Google, now you can do the research within seconds.
Right.
But the business changed. They were even growing faster, and I think we will see the same thing in the future with AI.
Okay. So, Henning, I want to spend a little bit of time on skilling in the context of AI, and not just AI, but this whole changing face of Industry 4.0, where AI, of course, plays a crucial role, but it's not just AI. There are so many other emerging technologies like Internet of Things or even cloud computing for that matter. So, in this ever-changing dynamic scenario of the nature of IT services and process transformation taking shape across industries in the world, what is the kind of skilling upgradation that would be required for your employees who would be part of the India GCC, and not just the India GCC, but all other centers across the world who are delivering specialized IT services to your clients? What are going to be some of the skill upgradations that you foresee coming in the near future?
Well, I think the skills I mentioned before, with these areas we are working on, we are searching all of them, because our clients also work all of them in these skills areas, and we want to build up in India the same we have done in Germany, yeah, but we want to grow faster here than in Germany it's possible, like Marc mentioned out. And we are searching for the same skills with the skills we have in Germany, and now we want to build up here with the Indian people, and I think that will help us a very lot to go to the customers again, and with these skills we will grow up here, and so it's the same.
Okay, so Bernd, is R&D and skill development going to be one of the sub-elements of your P&L when you're here in India? And are you already factoring in constant training of employees and keeping them absolutely ready, sharp, on the cutting edge of technology for any solution that your clients may expect from the India Center?
Absolutely. I think this is having the right people and having as well young people in the right pyramid. That's the most important thing for me, what I have to set up. What we did in Romania, we started directly 2014 with collaborations with a local university. So we established a German line of informatics. Maybe we won't establish a German line, but of course we want to be engaged in the university. So on one hand side, we can discuss with universities to what curriculum can be taught, and on the other side, we are quite sure, and that's why here we find the right skills. So the mix out of the existing skills which are here with universities and young motivated people, I'm 100% sure it will be the best fit. And of course, that's a part of my job.
All right, of course, that would be a critical part of your job, I'm assuming. Marc, I want to come back to you, and we are coming to pretty much the end of this discussion, but I can't help myself but ask this question about what is happening in the US ever since Donald Trump has become president, and the disruption that you're seeing in the overall trade balance in the world. Is that going to be something that would impact Porsche's own business in Germany? And if so, is this the right time or perhaps not the right time to be expanding anywhere in the world?
It's absolutely the right time to expand because, again, this is another driver of change. And as I said before, change drives our business in consulting. So for our German customers, we see a lot of them thinking about establishing production and distribution in the US and heavily investing. When they're investing in the US, we follow our customers. Where we have an entity in Atlanta and in Palo Alto in the US. Okay. We're thinking even on expanding also in the US. So a world without change, a world without innovation, consulting would not be a business to be in. But absolutely the moment right now is the right moment to be in consulting. For all the people out there, go into consulting. It's the place to learn, it's the place to grow, and it's a lot of opportunities.
Okay, and Bernd, if you were to, on live television, make a pitch to the 300 employees who are likely to join you by the end of this year, in 30 seconds, what is that pitch going to be?
Yeah, so everyone who is interested to join a company which gives you more possibility, more focus on your own person. So one of our value is we trust in you, we trust in people, and this is what I want to say. And maybe it's a good day because today is the 25th anniversary of when I joined MHP, and I joined as a junior, I became partner, I started in Germany, I went to Romania, I'm now here in India. So I would say MHP gives you so much possibilities to develop yourself, to be a part of a family. So I really can only encourage you, all of you who are interested us, to follow us on LinkedIn. And yeah, if you have any questions, please address us. We are eager to talk to you.
All right, gentlemen, with that, we will wrap this very interesting conversation up. We are completely out of time, but thank you so much for being here in India, looking at India as a great GCC market, which it is, and establishing your trust and investing your trust in Bengaluru. And I'm sure the 300 odd people who would be part of the MHP family from India would be watching this show, and you should find some great talent. But wishing you all the best for your India journey, and thank you so much for joining us here on News 9. With that, it's a wrap on the special discussion on India GCC and the German advantage with MHP coming in. Thank you so much for watching.